Hi Amy, welcome to the Village Green Lodge. Today we're going to make a strawberry tea cake. What we're going to do is start with like a 10-ounce package of frozen sweetened strawberries that are sliced and a tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're going to put that in a pan and just cook that over a low heat until it actually thickens. Kind of makes it almost like a little pudding, like a strawberry pudding or custard. You want to stir that until the cornstarch actually blends in and it kind of almost takes on a shiny texture to it. Right now it looks kind of white, but it kind of clears out, makes it clear glossy. What's nice with the sweetened strawberries and the liquid in there, it gives you everything you need, to make like this nice filling for our strawberry tea cake. I'm going to let that cook. It takes maybe about 4 or 5 minutes to get that to the right consistency. So now we've been stirring this. It's been about 5 minutes and our cornstarch is blended in. As you can see, it's kind of like a shiny and not as white a finish. So what we're going to do is just turn that off, and then we're going to go and make our batter. Okay, now we're going to make our cake batter for our strawberry tea cake. What we'll do first is we're going to take our little 9 by 9 inch pan and spray that with a cooking spray. Set that aside. We're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of butter. I'm going to put that in the food processor. And we're going to put in 2 1/4 cups of flour, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a teaspoon, I have a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and just a dash of salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And what I'm going to do is just kind of put that in here and pulse it until the butter is blended in, so it makes actually kind of like a crumble topping. Check that. So see, this just kind of makes it almost like a sort of a streusel-y topping. Okay, I'm going to put that into a bowl. What we're going to do is take out about 1/2 cup of our topping, and we're going to put that into a container. This is going to be what we put on the top of the cake as a streusel. So we've got that there. All right, next we're just going to make a little well in the center. We're going to add 1 egg. I've just kind of beaten it a little bit. And we've got 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. And I always like to just add a little bit of vanilla. Vanilla just adds so much flavor to a recipe. And we're just going to mix that by hand until it's blended. You don't want to beat this with a beater. You actually just want to mix it. So after you have all your dry ingredients blended in, they're liquid ingredients, what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put about 1/3 of the batter in the bottom of our pan here. Just going to spread that out on the bottom of the pan. Sometimes spreading the batter is harder than whipping them up. Let's take a little bit more here. I'm going to try and get it to the edges of the pan if you can. And then what we're going to do is pour our topping, our strawberry filling, over this layer. Now we're going to put our strawberry filling over the first layer of dough. Just spread that on there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take the rest of our batter and we're going to spoon that over the top. So we'll get that all kind of bunched together here. Okay, we're going to take little dollops like this and kind of put it all over the top of the cake. What that does is it just helps us so that after it's all in place, then we can spread it out so it covers the top. Because again, it's kind of a thick dough, so it's not so easy to spread. This is such a nice cake for a tea party, or we serve it for breakfast here at the Village Green Lodge, and it's great for any time. And because you use frozen strawberries, it's just nice to make any time of the year too. Again, I'm just going to get all of our batter there. And then we're going to just kind of take and spread that out a little bit. Try and get it as much over the top. And it's okay if a little of the strawberry batter shows through too. It's going to be delicious no matter what. Then the last thing that we're going to do here is take the remaining crumbs that we had set aside and we're going to sprinkle those over the top like a streusel. Spoon and spread that out a little bit, and we're just going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 30-35 minutes. Now we have that baking for 35 minutes at 350 degrees. What I did is I doubled the recipe and put it in a 9x13 pan, and so this is just, again, a nice cake that you can make in whatever size you want. And what we're going to do here, we'll serve up a little piece and show you how good that is. And there you have our strawberry tea cake.